Once upon a time, in a small cottage at the edge of a forest, beside a narrow creek, there lived an old woman named Margaret. Margaret had lived beside that creek her whole life, and she liked to say the creek had taught her more than any person ever had. Margaret's granddaughter, Ellie, was staying with her for the summer. Ellie was 10 years old, bright and eager, but she had one habit that worried her grandmother. She gave up quickly. That summer, Ellie decided she wanted to learn to bake bread, the way Margaret did every morning. The kind with a golden crust that cracked when you tore it open. Margaret showed her the steps. Ellie tried on Monday. The bread came out flat and heavy. She tried on Tuesday. It came out burnt on the bottom. By Wednesday, Ellie threw her apron on the counter. "I'm just not good at this," she said. "Some people can bake, and some people can't. I guess I'm the second kind." Margaret didn't argue. She simply said, "Come with me," and led Ellie down the path behind the cottage to the creek. They stood at the edge of the water, where the creek cut through a bed of stone. Margaret pointed to a large rock in the middle of the current, smooth and hollowed on one side, almost like a bowl had been carved into it. "Do you know how that hollow got there?" Margaret asked. Ellie shook her head. "Water did that," Margaret said. "Not a flood, not a storm. Just this creek, running over that same spot every single day, for longer than either of us has been alive. One drop never could have done it. 100 drops never could have done it. But drops that never stopped. That's a different story." Ellie looked at the water. It didn't look powerful at all. It looked gentle, almost lazy, curling around the rocks without any hurry. "But Grandma," Ellie said, "the water isn't even trying hard. It's not pushing. It's just moving." "Exactly," Margaret said. "The water never once tried to break that stone in a single day. It never got frustrated and gave up when the rock didn't move. It simply kept showing up the same way every day, without needing to see the result. The hollow you're looking at wasn't made by force. It was made by not stopping." Ellie crouched down and ran her fingers along the smooth curve in the rock. She thought about her 3 attempts at bread, 3 days, and how she had decided that was enough evidence to know she wasn't good at it. "I only tried 3 times," she said quietly. Margaret smiled. The creek didn't ask if it was good at wearing down stone on its first day. It just kept flowing. Most people quit right where the water starts to make its mark, because the mark is too small to see yet. They mistake slow for impossible. Ellie stood up and looked back toward the cottage. "Can we try the bread again tomorrow?" "We can try it every day this summer, if you'd like," Margaret said. So they did. Ellie's bread on Thursday was better than Wednesday's. Fridays was better than Thursdays. Some days it still came out wrong, and on those days, Ellie wanted to quit all over again. But she remembered the hollow in the stone and kept going anyway. By the end of the summer, on her last morning at the cottage, Ellie pulled a loaf from the oven with a golden crust that cracked when she tore it open, just like her grandmother's. Friend, if you take one thing from Ellie's summer, you don't need more force or more talent than everyone else. You need what the creek had, the willingness to keep showing up long after it stops feeling like it's working. Is this actually failure? Or is this just the part before the hollow shows? If this story gave you something to carry with you, hit like, subscribe for more stories like this one, and share it with someone who's standing at their own day 3 right now.